Carolyn, and I'm here at the 2018 PGA Awards, where the best producers in film and television are being honored tonight. Let's take our first look.
It was a surprise to be called for the Visionary Award. I'm a newer producer, so I've produced my series Queen Sugar and my documentary 13th and my upcoming films, but I'm newer in the space, and so I feel like it's a vote of confidence and encouragement, and I really appreciate it. I'm happy to be here. There's a lot of talk right now about rights and wrongs in the industry, and ideas like inclusion and diversity and harassment protocols being a good thing that one does because it's right. And I just want to take a second to say, you don't do it because it's the right thing to do. You do it because it's the correcting of an error. It's a pivot from prejudice. It's not a trend, it's a reality that our industry has betrayed in so many ways over the decades. So not to think of diversity as a good thing to do. Think of it as an absolute must, something that must be done. And the question is, how will we do it?
Seeing how so far your career has unfolded, has it turned out remotely as close to what you imagined when you were young?
No, I never imagined being a filmmaker. I wanted to be a lawyer. So I make documentaries and films that deal with social and criminal justice issues. It's about as close as I'll get to being a lawyer, but I think I've always had a sense of what is right and wrong, and I embed those in my films instead.
It is my great pleasure to present the 2018 David O. Selznick Achievement Award in Theatrical Motion Pictures to Charles Roven.
Oh, it's great, you know. Always being here at this particular event is very special to me because I am surrounded by people who know what it takes to get here.
I am very happy and honored to present my great, brilliant, hilarious, acerbic, wonderful friend, Ryan Murphy, the PGA's Norman Lear Achievement Award in Television.
It was painful to be discriminated against, not liked because of who I was and what I wanted to do, which was very simple. The only thing I wanted to do was to see myself and my experience as an American on television. Because I believe the following: if you see yourself and some part of your human experience reflected back at yourself, you will not feel alone. And people with hatred and bias in their hearts can often be converted if a character they are invested in who comes into their living rooms feels like a friend.
How does it feel being honored by, your fellow producers being nominated tonight?
No, I mean, we were here 1 year ago, and it's great. I mean, it's a show that really, I think, is built out of passion and love for movies, and I think that translates to our audience, including our fellow producers, who, it comes out of a love for a period of, storytelling and filmmaking and characters, and we love working with that cast, and the Duffers are just courageous leaders, and we're honored to be a part of it.
Stranger Things Season 3, come on.
I can't believe you think that I would possibly spill any spoilers.
No, but
I will say we're hard at work, and it's shaping up really strong. And we were, as you know, determined to not disappoint people when we went from 1 to 2. We're equally determined not to let anyone down as we go from Season 2 to 3.
I mean, with the fans' feedback, how does that feel for you?
It feels great because you just don't want to screw it up. And if you can avoid screwing it up and actually make people feel that you gave them something loyal to what they love, but something that they hadn't seen before, that's the kind of magic trick. And the fact that we're back here with the second season and that we seem to have achieved that, it's really thrilling.
Oh, it's really wonderful, it's our story. So if people didn't like it, it really would be a rejection of our existence.
We would still be in love.
We would be in love, but
the world would be like, we don't care.
I think, would we be over it by now? I mean, it's been
over our marriage?
No, over people not liking the movie, or is it a hurt we would carry for the rest of our
I think I would have been fine
days?
with it, because I tend to come from a more rebellious place of like, I didn't even want you to like it, whereas Kumail, it was more like, please like it. So I think, I think I would have been like, good, I'm glad you don't like it.
It feels amazing. I mean, these are people who both we work with and admire, and to be included in such a golden age of television, to be considered worthy of nomination is just, it's an honor, it really is.
I think we always felt the weight of living up to Margaret Atwood's vision in what we were doing, and I think after the results of the election we felt even more pressure to deliver on these themes. and to be a part of the fight for women, for human rights and feminist rights. So we're trying to do a really compelling television show, but we're aware that these themes are important to everyone in this country, particularly now.
It honestly, I thought it would be a conflict of interest to be producing and acting, because like on one hand as an actor you want another take, on the other hand as a producer you're like, we don't have time, can't afford overtime, let's go. But it honestly, it worked hand in hand.